Hey everybody, welcome to the Liveathon. I am so honored to have all of you here. It's a great pleasure. It's always a great pleasure to have all of you here, and today we are going to work together. So it's going to be a very like beautiful day, and we are going to work on ourselves together today. Today is the day that we are going to remove and overcome self-doubt with one simple fix. I want to welcome everybody in the house. You are welcome, Marlon. You're welcome, Marisa. Hey, Queen. Good morning. Thank you for everything you do. Muy buen día, cariño. I love all of you. I love you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always being there. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Thank you, everybody who is coming in. Yes, Drea. Hey, my sister is there. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody who is coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing out for those who can share out. I am so blessed to have all of you here, and it is a big pleasure to be part of this live-a-thon. I want to thank Miss T and the T, the motivation with the weightlifting gig on bias, and all the committee members in this our beautiful committee who have in this our beautiful community who always put things together for us to grow together. So we are going to be greeting and just talking amongst ourselves while we give a little time for everybody to come in, because today's topic is going to be boom. I hope you all have your paper and your pen, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing today and a lot of sharing, and it's going to be fun. So most often I give you the ingredients. Today we are going to follow the recipe. What does that mean? We are going to go step by step on how to do these things, and we are going to do them together. So today is not going to be a boring day, you listening all the way. It's going to be a super dupe day. Hi, Miss T, the queen of networking and connections. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you do for the community. I greatly appreciate you. We love you all. You know that we always give you your flowers, and we are proud to belong to a community like this one with you and everybody else. High diversity, don't hurt the harvest. Everybody who is coming in, please, if I miss you, don't charge it to my heart. I love all of you. I thank you for all. I thank you for all you do. And that's it, Misty. That's, when we're in school, people had names given to them depending on the things that they used to do and all of that. So I know that this name is going to stick with me. Hey, Lisby, you're welcome. Thank you so much for your support, for always being there, for always connecting and supporting. I love you, girl. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm so proud to belong to this kind of community where people are just building each other up. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Yes, especially if your spices are hot spices, you have to be very careful, because that pepper, if it gets into your eyes, the hot sauce, you are in big trouble. So be careful and watch what you're doing. So we're going to give a few more minutes, and then, because we're going to like do a workshop kind of presentation today, we are not going to be talking too much, because we've had a lot of ingredients today. We are going to apply the recipe. And so please, as you come in, look for your piece of paper and look for your pen, or if you have a book, Like me, I prefer to write in my book so that I can keep it for long and it doesn't get, the papers don't get missing, or I'm not stressed by having to be taking care of the papers. In my book, it is safe, and so I can easily retrieve it and read it. Hi, boss. That's my coach. That's my mentor. Boss, you are so welcome. And I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you for everything that you're doing to build me up to become better every day. Thank you, boss. I love you and I greatly appreciate everything that you do. Marlene is there, another coach and another cheerleader. Thank you all. I always appreciate everything that you do and all that you're doing. I thank you and I love you, girls. I appreciate everything that we do together. Thank you, everybody. And so, without much ado, we are not going to be talking. Like I said, today we are going to do the recipe. Most often we have had the ingredients. Today is the recipe. So please look for your piece of paper, look for your pen, and then if you want, you look for your book. If you have a book like me, I always write my things in my book because I like to keep it there and it is better kept. So, how are we going to do it today? We say we are going to overcome self doubt with one simple fix. And that's what we're going to be doing today. And it's going to be like a workshop. And then after, when everybody would write down their own things, and then after that, people who want to come up to share, we can come up and share together. Hi, Stace. Good morning. Official Jamia, I am so thankful for all of you being here. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Yes, yes, Queen, everybody get your pens and papers ready because today we are going to box and punch that self doubt in the face and take back our power. We are not going to let it to keep controlling us. Hey, bot files, you're so welcome. So, without talking too much, let's get to work. We are waiting for the other people to come. So, our topic today is how to overcome self doubt with one simple fix. And we are saying that self doubt is a feeling of uncertainty or lack of confidence in our own abilities, our qualities, or our judgments. And what does that mean? It means that self doubt stops us from getting into our greatness, from trying new things, from progressing, and from doing things. And the thing about self doubt is we are not born with it. Nobody is born with self doubt. As children, we move through. Imagine how children move along with confidence. They try things. They don't have any fear. They don't have any limitations. And that's how we say we are never born with self doubt, but we acquire it from the community, from our environment, from the as we grow up as adults, our natural confidence starts getting lower and lower, undermined by the opinions of others, our environment, our experiences, which means our environment greatly influences our confidence levels. And we mold ourselves in what we think society expects from us and how we want to fit in societal expectations. And so identifying self-doubt is a very, very crucial part of trying to overcome it. And self-doubt, like we have said, leads to a feeling of low self-esteem, depression, and a state of always thinking that you are not good enough. And it also prevents us from trying new things. And it is in trying new things that will lead us to the achieving the dreams that we have. And so, how to overcome self doubt is our big issue. And we always want to say, we have to recognize, like I say, always give a name to your challenges. When you give a name to your challenges, it helps you to know exactly what kind of solution to look for. And that's why to recognize self doubt is a big part of trying to fix it. It is important to recognize when you are feeling self doubt so as to take the correct steps to correct it. And so, how do we identify self doubt? Before we continue, let me shout out to my brother Black Guns. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Hi, Sammy. There's diversity love, butter roll, scotch, everybody, butter roll boutique. Thank you everyone for coming. Sammy, thank you, and I'm really so happy and blessed for you to for your time and the opportunity for us to share together. Absolutely. And so, for those of you who are coming in now, please get your pens and papers ready because today we are going to be applying the recipe. We're going to go step by step in the recipe. And now, how do we overcome self doubt? And the first thing I have learned that makes us doubt ourselves is limiting beliefs. And most often, the limiting beliefs are self imposed. We impose them on ourselves, and that is why it is a little more easy to overcome them because it depends on us. And we have to identify our beliefs first of all, because our beliefs are the roadmap to everything that we do. And so identify your beliefs, and that will help you to identify your limiting beliefs. And when you identify your beliefs, you are already in one category, and so you can use like in your pen, in your piece of paper. On one side you write down your beliefs, and then on the other side you write the limiting beliefs. But we are going to get to that. And our because our beliefs can take us to bold new directions, or they can cause us to feel like we are just treading on water, afraid, too scared to go beyond or after our dreams or after the things that will build us up. So if you belong to this category of people who have limiting or self-doubt, like me, I fight with it every day because it's everything that we have to solve has to be intentional. We take intentional action to solve all the things that are hindering us or that are challenging us. Because once you identify what is holding you back, you can change your mindset. And we always say mindset is everything. And that's why they say unlearning your limiting beliefs helps you to challenge your negative self-talk. And a limiting belief, like we say, is a state of mind or belief about yourself that restricts you in some way. And these beliefs are often false accusations, most often that we make about yourself. And that's why we say they are self imposed. And what really causes our limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are caused by a number of factors, but the first thing that causes limiting beliefs is your brain's desire to protect you from pain. Our brains are wired to protect us from pain. And that's why every time you want to take a risk or you want to do new things, your brain will tell you, what if you don't? What if you fail? What if it doesn't succeed? What if this new thing that you want to do is not what is going to help you? What if, what if, what if? The fight is in your brain. And that's why to fix self doubt, you have to fix the way your brain works. And we are going to come to that. And these triggers, they often include fear. You are afraid to start a new dream or to start a new project, or you have imposter syndrome, or of saying, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I am not educated enough, I am not experienced enough, I am not talented enough, and all of those things. Or your past experiences, especially the times that you have been challenged and you have failed in something, you just automatically conclude that I am not meant for success, I can't do this, I cannot succeed, and all of those limiting beliefs that you put on yourself because you have failed in future, and your mind is protecting you, your brain is protecting you from stopping to do more things, because each time your brain will remind you, oh, remember the last time you did it, you failed woefully. Don't even waste your time. Don't even do it. And that's why we have to work on our brains. So whether you've had a painful experience that caused you to fear similar encounters, or you are scared of what is to come, limiting beliefs can prevent positive new beliefs from forming. Yes, when you are already taken hostage by your self-imposed limiting beliefs, you don't have they prevent you from taking positive new beliefs or forming new habits. And that's what we are going to dig today, because knowing the cause of your limiting beliefs is a great way to understand the thought process behind them and begin to manage them. Remember again, we said everything is in your brain, it's in your mind, and that's why we said mindset was everything. Before we continue, let us recognize those who are coming in. Coach Sherry, you're welcome. There's Drea. Hey, my brother, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Pray for us. We also pray for you. Thank you so much. And everyone else in the chat who is coming in, please forgive me if I didn't mention you. I thank you for coming and I greatly appreciate you. And like we said today, we are trying to fix self-doubt, and we are going to do an exercise. I said to the people who came in earlier, your pen, your paper, and your pen, because we are going to do this together. And one of the main things that can help you to overcome self doubt is to recognize your strengths and talents. Recognize your strengths and talents. Hi, cousin. Hey, the educated natural. Hi, superior king. Thank you all for coming. I am so grateful for your time and for taking your Saturday morning to come hang out and share with us. So, when you take a look at all the great things you did for yourself or others, or you think of the times you have experienced failure and find the lessons, what do we always say about challenges? We either win or we learn. And so find the lessons from your challenges to help you move forward better, and to use that knowledge to your advantage. And so, whether it's from verbal beliefs or body language or defense mechanisms, learning the most common limiting beliefs can help us to identify them if they arise, because we want to start identifying them and start hushing them down or facing them each time they appear. And so today we are working on self improvement, and we have to start by identifying some common examples of limiting beliefs. Recognizing them will give us clarity on how to overcome and correct them. And so if you have your pen and your paper, let's start. We're going to give ourselves like 10 minutes to identify and write down the beliefs, because like we always say, I'm always saying that most often when you write down your thoughts, it helps you to alleviate the stress associated with your beliefs, and you can always use it for your growth and like evidence. And that's why we are talking about writing. And after this, you can do, if you can practice doing this exercise on your own or with your children. If you have children, as they are growing up, you can always do this exercise with them, because most sometimes when you want to find out the things that you are great at, or your strengths, if you cannot identify them by yourself, you can ask the people around you, you can ask friends, you can ask your children, you can ask the people who will give you objective feedback, because you are looking for honesty. You are looking for honest answers, because it is when you have those honest answers that it is easy for you to solve those issues. You have to be honest with yourself to be able to solve those issues. Welcome, sweet Ree. I see my sister Lasius Journey. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gina. You're welcome. Thank you, my able moderators, for manning the chat for me. It's running so fast, I cannot catch up with it. And so let's start. What are some of the limiting beliefs that you have? And then we will write them down and find out how to correct them. And anybody who wants to share can come up, and then we can share together, because today we are about sharing and learning together. And so one of the while you are writing, let's brainstorm on some of the common limiting beliefs that cuts across most of us humans. I do not have enough time to invest in myself. I am not good enough with figures, with math, or I am not good enough to manage this new project or to start a new dream. I am too old or too young to start a new project. Those are the things that we tell ourselves. I'm not smart enough to speak in public or to lead a team. Meanwhile, all of these things, like we say, we can learn them. I do not have enough experience, or I've never been successful because I'm not talented enough, or I will never be great because I lack confidence. Meanwhile, you can build your confidence. Or like I always say, like I'm also struggling in this too. Like I always tell myself, I'm not a tech person. So people learn tech, and the easiest thing to learn, I'm telling you, there's nothing as easy to learn as tech apps, because most of them are user friendly. When you click one thing, they will tell you what to click next. So if you really put yourself to it, I am putting myself to it, because I also am fighting and becoming, I am trying to overcome my own self-doubt, because I always say, oh, I'm not a tech person, I can write all the things, but you lose me when you ask me to package it. I can learn. I can learn. And so today we are saying that we can learn all these things, everything that we are saying. And the beauty of today's world is that everything that we want to learn, the majority of them are as free as you can imagine. You can learn everything for free on YouTube. In this our platform, you can learn everything for free. Even if you don't master them on your own, look at this beautiful community. You can ask anybody anything that you are challenged with. You just need to throw the question in this community. There will be one person who will be willing to help you to overcome it. And so we always say it's difficult and all of that. Meanwhile, we've not tried and we've not asked for help. And that those are the things that we have to learn to do, because we are in a community of people who are helping each other. Let's take advantage of this opportunity. It's a big opportunity that we have to have a community of selfless people who are building each other. And so when we identify all of these limiting beliefs, what is for sure is that these types of beliefs come from a place of fear, and every one of us, we have them. We are afraid. And like we said, it's okay, because our brains are wired to protect us from harm. Meanwhile, the brain does not distinguish productive risk or the time that you have to change unless you feed it with those positivity. And you have to feed your brain. It is your job to feed your brain with the things that will make you to grow. It is our job to learn to identify and combat our limiting beliefs so that they do not prevent us from getting out of our comfort zone and embracing the limitless opportunities around us. Yes, we have limitless opportunities around us. And most often, we may be tempted to tell ourselves that we are not good enough, or that we will never be good enough, in order to keep ourselves safe and just stay in our comfort zone. And what did they say? Success lies at the other side of fear. If you can punch fear in the face, you are likely going to be successful, because you are poised to take risk, to take new projects, to take challenges. And when you are challenged, I can assure you, it has happened to me. When you are challenged, that is when you flex those resilience muscles and you see the kind of capabilities that you have. Challenge yourself and see how capable you are. Because when you are not challenged, you just get up, everything is routine. And routine does hardly gives you progress, because you at routine means it's level. Meanwhile, we want to be growing, and that's why we have to challenge ourselves. And our goal is to overcome negative thinking so as to rebuild our self-confidence, our self-worth, and take on bigger adventures and more opportunities, because the world today has provided lots of opportunities. We have a lot of opportunities around us, and that is why we have to take up the opportunities, seize them, and really build on them and help ourselves. And we always saying that our limiting beliefs stem from our brain's desire to protect us from pain. And that's why mindset is so important. And so I hope you are writing down, you've identified your limiting beliefs, and you are just identifying it on one side to really see them and tell them, you go away today. I am done with you. I am going to start a new and purpose driven life of taking risks and going to new places. Hi, Karel, you're welcome. Welcome, Mike. Welcome. Who did I see again? Okay, Yun Stagel, you're welcome. You're welcome, Infinite Wellness and Coaching. Welcome, everybody, especially those that I didn't mention. Please, I greatly appreciate you all. The chat is going so fast, so I cannot see everybody. And we just made a list of the limiting beliefs that we have. And that list, we are keeping it aside as to tell them that we are done with them today. And so now we are going to start a new list. In this new list, we are going to, you have your paper and your pen. In this new list, write down your strengths. What are the things that you are generally good at? Just write them down. Anything that you are good at, write them down. What makes you special? Or what has been your greatest success? Write it down. What characteristics made you accomplish those things that you have accomplished? Just write them down. I'm writing mine. So when they say, what tangible qualifications do you have? Sometimes you think that qualifications are just certifications from school, from education, from internships, from training. But look at you, all of you who are mothers or parents. You are bringing up your children in amazing ways. You did not go to any school to get all of that. And so your strength, if you are a good mom or a good dad, it is a strength. You don't need to go to school to learn it. It's something that you already have in you. And so let's write those down. And then if you are having a hard time, like we always say, because this is an exercise that you should be doing every time to update your strengths and your, because every day you acquire new skills and you learn new things. So upgrade the things that your strengths, and you write them down. So if you are, if it's not easy for you to do it, precious spices, precious pieces, love and live show, Mike's computer, you are all welcome. And everyone else who is coming, I welcome you and I thank you for coming. So we are saying, if you are not, you can't remember the things that you are really good at, ask somebody. Hi, Yankee sister, you are welcome. So ask somebody to help you to write. So I always say, it is always useful to write, because writing, one, is a therapy, and then writing is also gives you a tangible document to keep, that you can use and look at and read and see. So your brain, you have to give your brain's eye, you're keeping it in your brain's eye, and that's how it is more helpful for you. So you're writing all these things. Like if I ask myself, what am I good at? Or what have I helped somebody with? What are my strengths? So I have helped people to rebuild their self-confidence. I help people to believe in themselves again and to take action to improve their lives. And that's what I would say about me. Or what unique values do I have? For me, I already wrote my list. I have a good sense of humor. The way I talk, people say I have an accent, and that is okay, because that is my unique brand. That's my unique brand. My accent is my unique brand. You know, in Africa, we speak several languages, which makes it normal for the accents to interfere with different languages. And so from the background of speaking so many languages, it is very normal that the way I speak English would have an influence from all those other languages. And that's why I use my accent as my superpower. So when you ask me what's my strength, I will add that my accent. I'll add my accent, because for me, that's my unique brand. And I would say I am creative. And most of us, all of us, are creative in so many ways. And I love writing. I love writing. Every time I talk anytime I do a live stream, I always insist on the importance of writing, because it really helps me. It's a therapy. There's a way that your handwriting really brings out those emotions that in you, that can never be the same with a computer emoticon or a keyboard. When you are writing, it gives you that, you transfer those emotions, and it's so beautiful. And that's why I love writing. And as humans, we are talented and unique in so many ways. So just write them down, and always bear in mind that your uniqueness does not make you odd. Instead, It makes you who you are, and we always insist on you being authentic. And it is much easier to just be naturally who you are, or who you are meant to be, or just natural to be your own person, instead of trying to make believe or trying to pass for someone else. You can only do you. The best thing you can do is to do you. And so you remain your unique self and just blossom and prosper, because that's the best thing that you can do. You do you best. And so now you are writing. How is the writing coming up? Do you see a lot of things? Because when you start writing, you see, sometimes when you start writing, you don't think that you have a lot to write. And then you start writing and you see so many things coming up, and you see yourself filling so many pages, and you say, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know that I had so much strength, that I knew so many things, and that I was really good at so many things. And because the basic thing about us is, most often we do not acknowledge our greatness. We want to stay modest. I really clearly understand that, because that's the way society has made us to be. Because sometimes, like the people who grew up in my generation, when you want to value yourself or celebrate you, people think that you are proud, and they will think that, oh, no, 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 she's so full of herself. No, we have to learn to give value to ourselves. And you see, most often we don't even know how to we want to be great, but we are afraid to get to that greatness, because we don't know how to manage it. We don't know how to accept that we are great. We say, I'm rich, I am powerful, I am proud, I am strong. So we don't really give in to our greatness, because we are afraid of, like, we want think that we want to be modest. Being modest is one thing, and acknowledging your strengths is another thing. And you have to always acknowledge your strength and celebrate you. Acknowledge your strength. Be comfortable with acknowledging your strength, your wealth. Be comfortable with acknowledging yourself. Be comfortable. Seasoned saints don't have pride, they have wisdom. Absolutely. Absolutely, Yankee sister. So be comfortable, learn to be comfortable with success, because that's one of the things that is challenging us. We don't know how to be comfortable with success. Love and Live say, I used to have that issue, but now that I read my word more and more, I am not afraid of the greatness and power my Father in heaven has given me. Absolutely, Love and Live. That's very important, because what did she say? Now that she has known, you know yourself. When you know yourself, you are not afraid. You are not afraid to acknowledge your greatness. So knowing yourself, we always say, is so important. And once you know yourself, you can always stand and be proud of what you have. That's why I always write things down. Things become real and make you accountable. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, sis. I love that. And that's why we are writing today. So I hope that you have a lot of pages of your strengths, and the things that you are expert at, the things that you are good at. Write them down without fear. Write them down, and you will be surprised at how many things you have written down. Because when you just think about things, you don't know how much you have or how much you know until when you start writing down. And like Carol says, and the people who are used to writing, they will bear you witness that when you write, I really love the way Carol says it, that she always writes because it becomes real. You have evidence. and that keeps you accountable. Because why? You can always go back and read it. You had it there. You can even pin it in your wall or put it in a visible place. Or like I have my book, I always have this book with me. I read it, it's like a published book, and I get a lot of positivity. Yes, boss, you have to stay accountable, and you have to stay accountable to yourself. It's your first job. High mountain of inspiration. I see Tiny Twist Racing, Steve Gilmore, and everybody who is coming in. Thank you so much. So we will continue with we are writing down our strengths. We are writing the things that make us special. We are writing the things that we are good at. So if when you are finished writing those ones, let's go now to writing the things that you have done for someone. Write down any time that you have helped anybody. Hi, Nikki, you are welcome. Thank you for always being here. Today, we are in a real workshop session where we have our pens and papers, and we are going to overcome self-doubt by providing evidence to our brain that we bring value, that we are great, that we are winners, that we are capable. And so that's the list that we are making. And we just finished making a list of our strengths. What are you good at? What is your expertise? And what is the thing that you are generally good at? Or what is the thing that makes you special? And you are writing them down not because you want to be some proud person and boasting. You are writing them down because you know that you are capable, you have done it. It's your evidence, and you are going to use it. Yes, Tiny, we are winners. Yes, we are winners, and we have won many times. Yes. So why do we insist on writing our strengths down? Because our focus is not to build our weaknesses. It is okay to have those weaknesses because we cannot be 100% at everything. There are certain things that we will be 100, in some we will be 20, in some we will be 10%, in some we will be 5%, in some we will even be 2%, and that is okay. And that's why those ones will help us to know where we need help. But today, we are talking about our strengths. Yes, boss. Boss says, I wrote down leadership and helping others. God gave me these strengths, so I use them. Absolutely, boss. And I am testimony that you are a very proactive and foresighted leader. And I thank you for your service. Hi, BJ. You are welcome. Thank you for coming. Yankee Sister says, these communities have made me focus on what are my strengths. Absolutely. And Nikki says, weaknesses sometimes keeps us humble, no big heads. I tell you, Nikki, it is okay to have those weaknesses. It is even normal because if you are somebody who does not have weaknesses, then it means you have not understood a lot of principles of life, because there must be one thing. You can be 100, you can't be 100% in everything. There should be one thing that you will be 99 or 80 or 70 or 60. And so we are focusing on our strengths because that is what we do best. And that is our superpower. And that is why it is so, so important. Hi, Deborah, you're welcome. It is so, so important to know your strengths. Absolutely, coach. I have weaknesses, but I surround myself with people to help me in this. That is just the summary of it. You know your weaknesses, and then it gives you clarity on where, in which areas to look for help. Yes, exactly. Know your superpowers, because and that is the area where you will help other people in, because it's a give and take. It's always give and take. And so now that we have our list of strengths, it's an endless list, because we are going to upgrade them as many times as we build more strengths, as we learn more things, as we get in contact with so much many more people. And so it is limitless, and it is always growing. And I try to give you a few questions that can help you. For those who are coming now, you can watch the replay, or you can watch my video about the SWOT analysis. The link is in the description to this video. But for today, we are just specifying and focusing on our strengths. We are focusing on our strengths because that is what we have to offer, and that is what we bring value with. Unicorn Lady Tech says, I have actually done this very thing a couple weeks ago and posted it on IG and Facebook, because I have never been that detention person, and yet people lie to make me. You see, Unicorn, you have written it to protect yourself. And so we are writing it first to protect ourselves or to wire our brains, but also you can use it as evidence. And what did we say? You are writing it to use it as evidence. So you see, you already did that, and this is something that we all should be doing. And so when we have, because we don't have the whole day and we don't have all the time, we are just rushing over it. So now that you have written your strengths, take time now to write down your list, your knowledge and skills, the things that you have given advice to people. Sometimes we have given advice to people. Hi, Sister Winnie, you're welcome. Thank you for the thumbs up. Sometimes we have given advice to people on different things. Customer service, like Misty will give you advice on what kind of lingerie to buy, where to buy it at a cost-effective price. We have given relationship advice at times. We have helped people to fix their credit, or we have helped people to eat healthier, or to help them to lose weight, or just we have helped people, anything that you have helped someone at. Sometimes you have helped people just to get organized at home, how to declutter their house, and how to waste tam always tam is really good at laundry and folding her clothes and just packing them. That is something that she can write down. She is so good at it. Anytime you see her folding, taking time to fold those clothes and fix her laundry and all of that. So write down all those skills that you have, even if it's also a skill about your any recipe that you are good at doing, at cooking, and that you want to share to people. Write down all of that. And like we say, the purpose of this list we are writing today is to read it out to yourself every time self-doubt sets in. What did we say? Every time self-doubt sets in, read this list out to remind your brain, to give your mind's eye a picture evidence of how valuable you are, of the valuable things that you have done in the past, of the way you have helped people, of the good meals that you have cooked because you know a good recipe, of the way you have cleaned your house because you are organized and you know how to take care of your home, of the things that you have given advice at and you have helped people. You have written all these things down to give your mind's eye a picture evidence. Because why? Most of the time, our brains have the desire to protect us from pain and failure. And so today we want to give our brains eye the picture evidence of the things that we have accomplished. And I tell you, this will help you each time any self doubt comes up, any thought of, I am not good enough, I cannot do this, I am not able to do this. When you read that list, you begin to have more confidence. I've done this before. I can do this now. I can just change the way, I can just adapt this one. I can do this. And that is why you have to keep that evidence and you can make it yourself. And that's what I hope that that's what we have done today. Boss says, yes, you read it every time self doubt sets in, read your list. That is what we are doing today. Yes, coach, my list has me calculating my budget and numbers all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unicorn said, and then I will frame it and give it a place of honor in my home. Yes, that's the way to go. And Yankee sister said, we did an exercise in Bible study on finding your spiritual strength. It was wonderful. Once you find it, then you know who is your support but God. Absolutely. So you see, we have been doing these things like Yankee sister said, she did it in church and we do it, but we have forgotten that we can do it for ourselves. And that's where our starting point should be. I really wanted somebody to come up and share their their list of what they have learned. We have a little time left. If somebody wants to come up, that's fine. But I am so proud of all of us for having done this list, because this is our evidence. This is our evidence. Like Unicorn Lady Tech says, frame it and give it a place of honor in your home. Because why? You have to always remind your brain that you can succeed, that you can do it. Always remind your brain that you are good enough, that you can learn it and do it, that it is you can achieve, you can succeed, you can grow. Tell your brain that you are not too young or you are not too old. Tell your brain that even if math is difficult, you can learn it. Other people have learned it and have succeeded. So you can also learn it. And also tell your brain that even the things that you cannot learn, you know where to look for help. You know where to find help. You know where to, either to find a coach, to find a therapist, to find a community like the one that we have of people who are building each other up. And so this is a real hi Yaya, you're so welcome. I am really so blessed to have you all here. Thank you so much for everybody who has followed this live stream. For those who are coming now or those who are going to watch the replay, we have made a list of our strengths, of the things that we are good at, so as to use it as evidence to our mind's eye to show that we are capable of doing great things, that we are capable of succeeding. Put power to your gift, claim it, put action on it. That's what we are saying. You guys are so talented, so skilled, you have so many strengths. You are really just so positive, and I am so proud of you all. It is always a pleasure to have all of us brainstorming, talking together, and for you, we don't have a lot of time, it's 1 hour. But for anybody who wants to go deeper in this, you can send me a message on Instagram and we will find time. We'll find time to do it. And I'll just be your guide to drill you on what on what you can do to reset your life. Thank you, Queen. Yes, we are on a hyperton, and the next person is Carol, the girl miniature, my able sister. Thank you, all of you who have been here, who always support me, who are always there for us to learn and grow together, because it is a collaboration. Alone, we cannot do it. I can only do it in collaboration. I'm always so proud of you. I thank you, and it is a big, big blessing to belong to such a community. And I want to really thank the community leaders, Miss T and the T, my dear friend, motivation from the weightlifting gig, our able queen, unbiased, African dreaming, the Big Rooster Show, Tory Brain Games, and every one of you in this community who have shown that there is unity in diversity, and who are there just ready to support and help each other to grow. Because what are we doing? We are growing together, because we know that, like they say, it is lonely at the top. We don't want to be at the top alone. We want it to be like everybody is there. And when we are there, many of us, it is such a blessing. It is much more interesting, because you have so many of your friends, of the queens and the kings, and so many resilient champions just building each other up. I am so, so happy. Thank you so much, boss. I am your product. You are my coach. You are my mentor. And if anything that I'm doing today, you are the one who is bringing out the best in me. And I thank you. I can't thank you enough. And please, for everybody in the chat, please connect with each other. If you are not connected with Boss Life, please, she is the one person today that is your homework. Connect with Boss Life. She can teach you how to do your with petty businesses online, or how to entrepreneurship, how to build your business plan, and how to be an online entrepreneur. She has been at it for more than 25 years. She is the boss life online, like her name says. It's not a joke. She is the boss. Please connect with her, connect with each other, because we are in a community of building each other up. And so I thank everyone. Yes, Yankee sister, wonderful hyperton. I've participated in all of them, and it is always a big, big pleasure. It's always a big pleasure. Yes, unicorn tech. You two have a great and safe day. You guys have a very, very productive weekend. I thank you so much for. I'm laughing at the neckbone news. The neckbone news is another level. Story is another level, and this community is so full of all of you amazing people. It is an honor to belong, and I really thank you so much. Crafty Leo, you are a blessing. You have a lot of energy carrying that baby and going to do everything with everybody and being present for everybody. I celebrate you, Queen. Thank you all for coming. It's always a pleasure. So, like we said, any if you want to have a discussion with me, if you want any more of this, please you can send me a message on Instagram, and we would have a chat. We can talk together, because our work is to build that self-confidence. We keep building it so that we can overcome self-doubt and just become the best that we are. De nada, Wapa. Muchísimas gracias y bendiciones. So the Queen on Bias has put the link to the next person in the live-a-thon. Thank you all. Remember to give your mind's eye a picture evidence of how valuable you are. Keep updating your list. Keep updating that list, and keep giving that evidence to your mind's eye. Because, thank you so much, Queen, because Our brains are made to protect us from danger or from pain. But give your brain another information that you are valuable, you are productive, and that you can bring success. And when you wire your brain like that, it's going to act accordingly. So wire your brain with positivity and you are going to get positivity. Thank you all and have yourselves a very wonderful weekend.